हो गया तेरा एक और है क्या? अभी दो चल रहा है करेक्ट काउंसलिंग का बुक। Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now guys. If you guys are able to listen me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Suraj, you will be allotted a career counselor. You can just talk to them once. Okay? Okay, great. So today we'll start with our new particular project, guys. A very simple project, Titanic dataset. Okay? So we'll learn a little bit about data exploration. We'll learn a little bit about data analytics as well in this. Okay? So that is what we are going to do in our today's class. So let's get started. Let me share my screen with you guys first of all. Present, share screen, entire screen, share. So you guys should be able to see my screen clearly. Am I right, guys? You should be able to see the screen clearly, right, guys? No issues with my audio or the video, right? Okay, great. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for Titanic dataset Kaggle. On Google, you can just search for Titanic dataset Kaggle, guys. From there, you will look at the very first particular link, that is the Kaggle link. Okay, just open that up. So as you're able to see, Titanic machine learning from disaster. Okay, this is one of the most basic or intro to machine learning type of data set that is there, so that you are able to start by learning about data analytics. You are able to start by learning about data exploration. You're able to start by learning about data pre-processing, data cleaning, as well as machine learning at the same point of time itself. Okay. So to do that, first of all, we'll have to sign in into the platform. It's a free platform, so I'm just going to sign in through an email ID itself. Just sign it right over here. So I've signed it into the platform itself. As you're able to see, you are having overview, data, code, models, discussion, leaderboard, rules. I'm just going to go over to data, okay, because that is what I need. So you can learn about the data as well. What is the data? What are the different type of columns that are there? Okay. Here sex means your gender, okay, not how many times you are doing it. So keep that in mind. Okay. Then you are having number of siblings or spouses on board of Titanic, number of parents or children on board of Titanic, a ticket number, passenger fare, cabin number, port of embarkation, and so on and so forth. So all this basically, and it basically explains you what is there in the entire data set, what do you need to see, what not. We're going to go with the train.csv, guys. We require the train.csv. That is what we're going to use. So you can select the train.csv from the data explorer and just download it. Okay, just download it from right over there. So you will be able to see train.csv that you have downloaded. This is the data set that we are going to deal with. Okay, this is the data set that we are going to deal with. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand it, guys? Please let me know. Simple, just go to Kaggle dataset and just download it from right over there and just use it. Okay, simple, nothing too complicated. Okay, once you do that, we'll again go back to our collab because that is where we're going to write our code, right? You can use Kaggle as well to write your code. There's no issues in that as well, guys. Kaggle also provides you a very similar platform to collab to write code. But I prefer to use collab because, and both the platforms are free. Both the platforms are free. Don't worry about that. I just prefer collab because of like I'm familiar with it. Most likely that is the reason why I guess mostly I use collab. But yes, you can use Kaggle as well. There are notebooks. You can create a notebook from right over here, this plus button, and you can write code right over there. It is very similar to collab, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Once you open up collab, click on these folder. On the left hand side, you will be able to see this files folder right over here. Just click on that. Okay, so it is connecting us to a runtime itself. It will take a second or two to connect us right over there. Once we are able to connect, you will be able to see all the files that are here. Then we are going to upload our own file. Okay, we are going to upload our own data set right over here, guys. Click on upload, click on train and open. warning. Yes, so as you will be able to see, our train.csv has been uploaded right over here, guys. Our train.csv has been uploaded right over here. We can copy the file path. Okay, copy path. So this is how you can actually point to where the particular train.csv file is in the computer of Collab. So whatever you're writing code, whatever files are there, it is actually of Collab, not of yours. You're not storing anything on your computer. You're storing it on Collab's computer itself. So you need to be able to get the access to that file. You need a path. In your computer as well, you must have seen, right? C drive, then desktop, then new folder, then test folder, and then you are having your file. So that is the path to the file. In the exact same manner here, the train.csv, we need the path. So you can just click on these three buttons on the right side of train.csv and click on copy path. Click on copy path from right over there. So once you do that, we can start writing our code right now. First, again, the same thing, we need to import some basic stuff. For example, import pandas as PD, import numpy as NP. Okay, once you've done that, okay, we are not going to import more things. Okay, as soon as we require more things, we'll import it right over there. But there are two more things that usually is preferred if you are importing it right over here. The first thing that is there is import matplotlab.p matplotlib, not matplotlab. That makes no sense. Okay, .pyplot as plt. Now, what is this? I'll explain it to you guys. Matplotlib. Now, matplotlib.pyplot as plt is basically a particular library of your particular Python that helps you create charts, that helps you create graphs. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? It helps you create graphs and charts, guys. Similar to that, Seaborn as well helps you create graphs and charts. So what is the difference between matplotlib.pyplot and Seaborn? What's the major difference between matplotlib and Seaborn then? If both of them is helping us draw charts at the end of the day or draw graphs at the end of the day, why are we getting both of them together right over here? There's a difference between the two as well. Now, a plane as well as a normal bullock cart also helps you go from point A to point B, or normal like automatic car. Okay, an automatic car and a fighter jet, both of them can help you take from point A to point B. But driving an automatic car is very simple, very easy. Just a brake is there and an accelerator is there and a steering is there. That's it. Very simple, very easy. That is your Seaborn. Something simple and easy. If you want simple graphs, simple charts, okay, nothing too complicated about it, nothing you want to change into it a lot, then you can use Seaborn. But if you want something specialized, right, like driving a fighter jet is a specialized thing. There is so many different buttons, so many different gears, so many different apparatus that is there that you can do custom things as well. You can do very, very custom things as well. That is what matplotlib is. It is like a fighter jet. You can create simple stuff, but you can create very advanced, very complicated graphs using matplotlib as well. That is what the difference between the two is. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Yes, no, what is the scenario? Yes, so we'll import all this. Next thing that we want to do is get our data set, right? So we are going to create a particular variable name, Titanic, Titanic underscore data is equal, or you can just name it as data as well. Okay, that is up to you guys. Is equals to pd dot read CSV. Our data that is currently there is in the format of a CSV, right? Our data that is currently there is in the format of CSV, so that pandas is able to change it into a data frame. We have to use something called as read CSV, so that pandas is able to read the CSV file and convert it into a data frame, guys. So we'll paste the path that we just copied, right? We went here, we clicked on these three buttons, we clicked on copy path. That path that we copied, we will paste it right over here. Okay. Once we run this, I hope so it works properly. Yes, it has worked properly. So we have converted our data into a data frame, and that is called as Titanic data. That is called as Titanic data right over here. The next thing that we are going to do is check how many items are there inside of this Titanic data set. How many rows are there? To do that, a very simple equation that you can use is len. Okay. Len or length function basically tells you how many items are there in the current data set. Okay, so Titanic data set, how many rows are there? We run this, we should get a value of 891. That is the number of rows that we currently have. Okay, that is the number of rows that we currently have. Let us try to look at the data as well. Like, how does the data actually appear? To do that, we can use a particular thing from pandas called as head. Okay, so you can directly write Titanic underscore data dot head. Okay, this will showcase the first 5 rows of our data, guys. This will showcase the first 5 rows of our data. Okay, so let me show you guys this. As you're able to see right over here, this is the data, guys. Okay, passenger ID, then survived, P class, name, sex, age, siblings, parakeet, ticket, fare, cabin, embark. Okay, as you're able to see, this is all the data, and it will showcase the first 5 data, guys. If I want the first 10 data, by default this shows first 5, but if I write 10 right over here, it will showcase to me the first 10 data, guys. It will showcase to me the first 10 data, as you're able to see. Okay. Okay, it is showing me the first 10 data. But if you don't specify any number, it will showcase by default the first 5 data itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Yes? Great. Awesome. The next thing that we will do is what are the different columns that are there. If I want to check that, okay, I don't want to check the entire code. I just want to check the number of what are the different columns that are there. I can directly write Titanic underscore data dot and then column columns columns. If I run this, it will show me all the different columns that are there: passenger IDs, survived, P class, name, sex, age, siblings, parents, tickets, fare, cabin, embark. So I'm able to see all the columns together as well. Now, if I want some more information about the particular columns, what I can do is I can use info. Okay, I can use info. So I should just copy paste this. I'm writing it again and again. Control V. Dot info. Okay. So using this, I'll get some information about each of the columns as well. For example, what is the name of the column? How many items are there in the column itself that are not null? What is null? Empty columns. Okay, where there is no information given to us. Okay, some of the columns in which there are no information given to us in some of the rows of those columns are called as null values. So how many of the items, the total number of rows we already know. What is the total number of rows in the data, guys? What is the total number of rows in the data, guys? Guys, what is the total number of rows in the data? Can you guys let me know? We have already seen that, right? What is the total number of rows? 891. Very good, Tanu. Very good, MA. Right? So if we know that there are 891 rows, and if it is written that 714 rows of age are not null, what does that mean? That means the rest of the rows that are there in age are having no values, are having null values right over there, guys. Are having no values or null values right over there. Now, usually for your data to be fed into a machine learning model, you shouldn't contain null values. We'll look into it, how to remove these null values, how to replace these null values as well. Do not worry about that. That is also a part of data cleaning. So data is not going to be always pure for you guys. You have to analyze the data, you have to clean the data, you have to pre-process the data. So we all will see that in this as well. Then we'll move towards our model making. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we want to understand the stats of our data as well. So dynamic data.describe, describe, this will tell me the statistics of my data. For example, what is the number of items in the data set in that particular column? What is the mean of that particular column? What is the standard deviation of that particular column? What is the minimum of that particular column? What is the 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and the max values of those columns as well. Okay, so this will basically tell me the stats of the column. You can analyze the statistics, try to understand from that what is happening in the particular data itself, and so on and so forth. It is like SQL, not exactly, I wouldn't say so, but yeah, in SQL as well, you are asking questions to the data. Here, while analyzing data, you are asking questions as well. But because you want to model this data up, you want to create a machine learning model for this data, you are doing it in Python instead of doing it in SQL. Okay. Okay. Are you guys able to understand up till here, guys? Please let me know. The next thing, so now that we have tried to analyze the data a little bit, let's try to create some graphs to understand the data a little bit more, guys. Okay, let's try to understand the data a little bit more. So my question is, how many people, well, did most of the people survive in Titanic, or did most of the people die in Titanic? How can I know that? So there is this one column, right, called as survived. This one column that is there, that is called as survived. Let's try to plot it up. Let's try to plot it up to understand it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use SNS. What is SNS, guys? Can somebody let me know? What is SNS, guys? Can somebody let me know? SNS is our Seaborn, the nickname that we gave to Seaborn, guys. What is Seaborn? It helps us to plot graphs easily. Okay. So if I complete this, the particular count plot, okay, the particular count plot is used to count the number of items in a particular column itself. For example, survived has two values, either 0 or 1. Okay, 0 means they died, 1 means they survived. Okay, so count plot is going to count how many number of zeros are there in X, that is means in survived, and how many number of ones are there, and it is going to plot it. It is going to plot it as a bar chart. It is going to plot it as a bar chart itself. Let's run this to understand that. Okay, as you're able to see right over here, we are able to see that the number of zeros are a lot more than number of ones. The number of zeros are a lot more than number of ones, guys. So as you're able to see, almost more than 550 people died, and only 320 or 315 people actually survived the Titanic. That is what we are able to see right over here using this. That means most of the people that were there in Titanic actually died. Most of the people that were there in Titanic actually died. Now I have another question in my mind. Okay, how many men survived? How many women survived? What is the ratio between the two? Did more women survive or did more men survive? Let's try to understand that as well. So let us plot it up. Okay, again we'll plot it up. We'll again use an SNS dot count plot. Okay, but this time we are going to provide X as survived and the hue as sex. What do I mean? X as survived. Please make sure that if the column name has S as capital, you have to put S as capital, otherwise it will not work. If it is small, then put small. Okay, then we'll provide data set is equals to Titanic data and the hue at 6. So what hue does is that it will calculate your survived according to 6. It will calculate your survived according to the 6. Let us plot it so that you are able to understand. What happened? Could not interpret value survived for X. Value is strict. Data was not passed. Okay, I had put data set instead of data. Data and survived is the right spelling. I hope so. Okay. Again, data source must be a data frame mapping, not a class str. Shit. I had put it up in quotation marks. I have to remove that as well. Okay, now it should work. Okay, so as you're able to see, this is the value that is coming up. I basically write Titanic data set in quotation marks. I had to remove that. Okay. So as you're able to see, you are having the sex as blue as male, okay, and orange as female. So if we see how many people died, then you are able to see most of the people that died were males. Very few female died. Most of the people, if you see, more than 490 people that died were males, and less than 100 people that died were females. Okay, less than 100 people that died were females. Whereas for those survived, only 100 males survived, and most of the people that survived, almost 225 people that survived, were females right over there. Were females right over there, guys. So this method of basically why males are unlucky, because at that point of time feminism was not that great. So it was mostly like we should let like gentlemen, we were like let the females and the children go first. But right now it is 2024, and if may God does not do this, okay, I touch wood कि ऐसा कभी कुछ ना हो. But if something like this happens right now, I think so feminism has rose to such an extent that men and children can go first, and the girls can stay behind. So the numbers will be like that Akshay Kumar meme, like interchangeable, right? So nevertheless, guys, this is how you can analyze the particular data using graphs to understand is it a little bit more, to understand it a little bit more, guys. Okay. So like you said, we are able to see how many people survived, how many people died, according to gender as well, how many people survived and died. We are able to check that as well right over here. Okay, so that is the beauty of using our columns. Okay, that is the sorry beauty of using graphs. Okay, so the next thing that we have to do is find out where are the NA values, find out where are the null values, where are the values where there are no values, and remove them or clean, basically clean the data. Now that we have explored the data a little bit, we have now the duty of cleaning the data as well. That is what we are going to look at right now. So we'll do Titanic data. Okay, dot is NA. So we ask a question to our Titanic data. That Titanic data, where are your NA values? Okay. So if I run this, you will be able to see that the entire data set is going to come up on your screen. Wherever there is false, that means it is not a null value. There is some value right over there. Wherever you are able to see a false, that means there is some value right over there. And wherever there is any true, for example, right over here, there is a true right over there. True means there is a NA value, there is a null value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do dot sum. Okay, I'm going to do dot sum, guys. Dot sum, what it will do is it will sum all the true and false values. True has a value of 1, false has a value of 0. So it will tell me the number of count of null values in each column. It will tell me the number of count of null values in each column, guys. So let's do that. Take a Titanic data dot is NA and then sum. So that will tell me the exact number of null values that are there in each column. As you're able to see, there are 177 null values in age. There are 687 null values in cabin. That is pretty huge. And in embark, there are 2 null values. In embark, there are 2 null values right over there. Are you guys able to see that? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see that? Please let me know, guys. So what are we going to do right now is that, for example, for age, okay, for cabin, because it is, so let's see what is the value inside of cabin. Let's go to our data set, okay, where we have printed our data set right over here. Let's see what is written in cabin. Okay, so cabin has a very random values. Okay, we actually cannot do anything about it because 385. Okay, so it is a very random value right over there, and we cannot do anything about it. For embarked as well, there are certain values that are there. Okay, let us see what are the meanings of these values from right over here. Okay, so embarked, 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 embarked. So there are 3 values in embarked, guys. There is Schonberg, there is Queenstown, and there is Stratport, uh, Ton, or something like that. There are three values right over there. Okay, so we'll look at what to do with embarked and what to do with our okay, what to do with the rest of the stuff as well. Rohit, like I have already told you guys that in 2 to 3 days you will get somebody to reach out to you, right, Rohit? Because today and tomorrow is a particular holiday. Today is a particular very big festival in South, and in North as well. It is Teej. Tomorrow it is Ganesh Chaturthi, and then it's like Saturday, Sunday. So for 2 to 3 days there is a lot of holidays. But after that somebody will be reaching out to you. Just be patient. Okay, of course somebody will be reaching out to you. पूरा आगे का भी बताना है भाई तुम्हें. So don't worry about that. Okay, so the next thing that we will do is we want to figure out what to do with this age first. Okay, how to clean this age column. So that is pretty simple. What we can do is we can replace the missing values by the mean age. We can replace the missing values by the mean of age itself. Now, how can we calculate the mean of age, guys? Can somebody think about it? How can you calculate the mean of age, guys? Can somebody tell me about it? Let's first see that from a graph standpoint. Okay, let's see the distribution of age from the graph standpoint itself. Okay, so we'll use SNS dot dist plot. Should we use or dist plot? Dist plot. Let's use this plot dist plot, and we'll put age and data. So x is equals to age, and we'll put data as the internship. You get the direct certificates for that, Rohit. You don't have to worry. 3 months. The training goes on for a very long period of time. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that, Rohit. I think so I cleared all these concepts up, right? The training, you have lifetime access to the training. जितना करना है उतना करते रहो, ठीक है? And the certificates is of total of 6 months. Okay, certifications that are there. So right over here, guys, for data, we are going to put the Titanic data again. I put up the quotation marks. Let us run this. Okay. So right over here, guys, as you are able to see, this is the distribution of age. As we are able to see, most of the age is lying between 18 to let's say 40. Okay, most of the people are between 18 to 40. In that as well, if you want to see, most of the people are between 20 to 30. 20 to 30. Most of the people are between these type of ages itself. Okay, so that is where most of the people are off from. There are some children as well, very small. For 40 people are children, not people, we cannot even call them as people. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to replace them by the mean. Now, how to calculate mean? How to calculate mean, guys? Very simple, by using dot mean. Very simple, by using dot mean, guys. Okay, not meme, mean. Okay, so Titanic data set. Okay, then age, age dot mean, mean. So this will give us the mean value, guys. As we able to see, the mean value is coming up to be 29.6991 something something. That's the mean value that is coming up. Now what do we want to do? We want to replace our uh, NA values. We want to replace our null values by this mean value. So for that, the particular code is Titanic dataset dot age dot fill na. Okay, dot fill na. What do you want to fill it up with? Why your DevTown website does not work? Huh? It's working absolutely fine. See, and the website is working absolutely fine. There's no issues with the website. Okay, fill NA, and what do we want to fill it up with? The mean, right? So we'll just copy paste this, Control X. Oh, not Control X, we can do Control C as well. Control C, Control V, and we have to mention right over here, in place is true. In place is true. So what will happen is in the same particular data set, that is our Titanic data set, in the same place wherever they were NA, they will convert it into the mean values. So we'll run this. So that will convert all the particular null values in age into a particular value. That is our mean value right over there, guys. How can we recheck that? How can we re-verify that, guys? By doing a very simple thing. Again, is NA sum. Okay. So Titanic data dot age dot is NA dot sum. As you're able to see, this is coming up to be 0. This is coming up to be 0 right over here. Do you teach Oracle and SAP? Not at all, because companies, if they want to hire SAP people, they will just hire through normal methods itself and then put you in SAP. Okay. So I don't teach that, and SAP does not has a very good future for students usually, because growth is slow in SAP. When they join Oracle based things or SAP based things, the growth is actually very slow. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, we have cleaned our age column. We have cleaned our age column completely itself. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Now, because the values were less in column, the null values were less in column, that is just 177, we replaced them. We replaced them with the mean values. But for the cabin, there are 687 null values, and in that as well, most of the values are cabin numbers. We cannot replace them properly. We cannot replace them in anything. So best particular method right over here would be to remove that particular column itself. To remove that particular column, to remove the cabin column. Okay, to clean the data set, that will be the best possible method. We'll use Titanic data. Just copy paste this. Titanic data dot drop. This is how you remove a column, guys. This is how you remove a column. Titanic data dot drop. Okay. What we want to drop? We want to drop the cabin. CABIN. Again, please make sure if C is capital, put C as capital only. Okay. Then we are having AXIS axis is equals to 1. Okay, that is what. And we want to use in place. I don't want Titanic data. In place is equals to true. So that in the same data set, we are able to remove the column itself. We will run this. We'll check if that column has been really removed or not. How to check what are the columns in our data set, guys? What is the code should I write right over here, guys, that to show us what are the different columns in our data set? How to do that, guys? Dot columns. Very good, Rohit. Very good. Titanic data dot columns columns. Is there any value of .NET Visual Studio? Please answer. Not at all. Not right now. Okay. Columns. Let us see that. Oh, index object is not callable. Did I make any kind of... Okay. I put up a particular bracket right over there. As you're able to see, our particular column cabin has been removed. Our column cabin has been removed completely. Are you guys able to see this? The cabin column has been removed completely from right over here, guys. Okay, that is how you can clean your columns easily. Okay, clean your columns easily. Now, your gender, right? How has the gender been put up? If you look at it, right? So if I do Titanic data and then sex right over here dot head. So you are able to see that we are having male, female written right over here. Whenever you are working with a machine learning model, it is best you are able to provide such type of data as a format of numbers. and not as a format of something else. Okay, so we want to convert this as from text, that is male and female, into numbers right over there. For example, male can be represented by 1, female can be represented by 0. So for that, you have pandas as an inbuilt object right over there, pd.getDummies. PDs dot get dummies, guys. This get dummies, what it does is that it will get a particular numeric value for the text based data that is there inside of our sex column. Okay, inside of our sex column, what is the text based data that will be there? And once we run this, okay, did I make any kind of error right over here? Get dummies, I've written it correctly. But why is it coming as false and true? It should have come up to be 0 and 1 right over here. What mistake did I do? Dummies में spelling गलत कर दिया क्या मैंने? DUMMIES dummies भी मैंने सही लिखा है, get dummies भी मैंने सही लिखा है. What if that column is important and we shouldn't drop that, but we have to clean that without deleting them? See, that depends. For example, in this particular scenario, the column, even if it was important, there was no data inside of it. So if there is no data, it's better to remove it. Okay. Why is it coming as true and false? It should have come up to be ones and zeros. Get dummies. Did the get dummies got changed while I was not working to go? PD dot get dummies. Okay, we can do this then. Maybe this has changed a bit. Okay, from the last time that I used it. So initially in the older versions of pandas, just by doing this, it gets us the result itself. But here I'm not able to get it. So they have mentioned that you have to use d type as int. Okay, you have to use d type as int, that is data type as integer. So once we do that, we should get the values at 0 as 1. That is the first particular person female. So 0 basically means false. It is not female. If the first particular person male, yes, the first particular person is male. So that is 1. So what we can do is we can drop one of these columns. Okay, we can drop one of these columns. So drop first, we'll keep it as true, comma, drop underscore first first is equals to true true, and we'll run this once again. So we'll get one particular column that is now mentioning whether if it is male then 1, if it is female then 0. And doing this, we are able to get and convert the value of sex from male and female into just numbers, where male is represented by 1 and females are represented by 0. So get dummies basically converts the data that was there, male and female, into two columns, male column and female column. If male was the answer, then it will showcase it as true. If female was the answer, then it will showcase female as true and the other one as false. But doing that, we wanted the numbers. We didn't want true and false as our values. So we converted the data type into integer, wherein true is represented by 1 and false is represented by 0. And because we don't want redundant data, Because if somebody is saying that this is a male, one is male, okay, and then you also have female, that is 0, then that means it is a redundant data. If it is not female, then it is going to be a male. If it is not a male, it is going to be a female. So it is a redundant data. So we drop the first particular column, the female column, by writing drop first is equals to true right over here. Okay, are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. We'll save this into a new particular column. We'll create gender, gender, gender is equals to pandas dot get dummies. So we'll create a new column called as gender right over here. We'll save the entire thing into gender itself, as you're able to see right over here. And then the column inside of our Titanic data set, right? The column that is there inside of our Titanic data set, that is gender column, will replace that by our new gender column, gender. The new gender column that we created will replace the old one with the new column itself. We'll do that. Now if we check up our columns, okay, we'll see that now gender will be changed. Okay, now our gender will be changed. So let us see what is there in our gender. We'll just do this, control C, control V. So as you're able to see, the new gender column that we are having inside of our Titanic data set now has ones and zeros as its values. Now has ones and zeros as its values. Let us look at our entire data set right now. So Titanic data dot head. So as you're able to see right over here, this is the entire data set that we are having right now. Passenger ID, survived, P class, name, sex, age, ticket, gender at the very end right over here, and so on and so forth. So we are able to clean the data set up till this point of time. We are able to clean our data set properly as of this particular point of time, guys. Now what we don't want is sex. We don't want the sex column anymore. We have the gender column. We don't want the sex column anymore, so we will remove our sex column. Also, we don't want the embarked column for our particular program. We can remove the ticket as well. The ticket also does not provide any new particular information to us. It is not important for us. Name is also something that does not has any particular value into predicting if your name is Shaurya, you are most likely to survive. It is not going to be the case like that, right? Tickets are also unique to people, so it is not going to help us to figure out anything. So we'll remove all these columns that we don't want at any particular point of time, guys. To do that, it is pretty simple. We'll use drop, right? We'll use drop. So our Titanic data dot drop right over here, drop drop. And what are the different columns that we want to drop? We can put it up at once itself. Okay. For example, we are having name. We are going to have sex. We are going to have tickets. Was it ticket or tickets? I forgot about it. What was the spelling? Ticket, just singular ticket is there. Just a ticket. Then what else we have? Embarked. So embarked we have to declare remove as well. Then the next thing that is going to be there is axis. Okay, we'll mention axis axis is equals to 1, and then in place in place is equals to true true. So that will delete all these columns itself. We will run this up. And then let's check what are different. Let's just check the entire data set itself. So we'll just copy paste it right over here. Dot head. And we'll run this. So as you're able to see, passenger ID, survived, P class, age, SB, patch, fare, and gender is there. And rest we have deleted. Okay, rest we have deleted from right over there. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. So we have cleaned our data set completely. We have cleaned our data set completely, guys. There's nothing else remaining right over there. Okay? There's nothing else remaining right over there. Now we are going to create the model tomorrow. Okay, it will take us less than 20-30 minutes to create the machine learning model tomorrow. I think so. You know what we are going to do. We are going to use all the different columns that are there to predict whether the person survived or died. Okay, that is what we are going to do in our tomorrow's class. We'll create the machine learning model tomorrow. We have learned how to clean the data, how to process the data, how to analyze the data today itself. Okay, for the whole code, like I said, I'll just scroll through the entire code right now so that you guys are able to see it properly. You can just pause it at any particular point of time. This is a YouTube video, you can rewind it again as well. So you can go through the entire thing once at a later point of time. Okay. Just scrolling, guys, doing nothing else, just scrolling. Is 100% attendance compulsory for certificate? If you have missed one day, you will still get the certificate, but more than one, then you won't be able to get the certificate. Okay. Okay. Yesterday, many of you guys have joined the training and internship program, so congratulations to them. The rest of the people who have still not joined, is there somebody who still wants to join the training and internship program, guys? Please let me know. Is there somebody who still wants to join the training and internship program, guys? Please let me know. Okay, I'll give you guys the attendance for today's class right now. For those who want to join in tomorrow's class, I'll give you guys the pre-registration link once again. You guys can complete that tomorrow. Right now, I'll give you guys the attendance link right over here. Copy. Is this internship program useful for first year? Absolutely, absolutely yes. The early that you are able to join, the more you will be able to practice, the more you will know. So the more you will be able to get more chances and opportunities as well. Right? It is more about that, right? Send link, copy. Tomorrow is last day. I don't know. Depends. Control V. So they asked to pay 3,500 for the internship tomorrow. So if you want to join immediately, you can pay the rest of the registration fees and join immediately and start with your classes as well. Okay, the attendance is there in the live chat. Explain about the internship. See, you are having your entire training C++, Java, data structure algorithms, computer programming, the entirety of full stack or data science, whatever you choose right over there. Then your placement prep. You have 6 months of internship, 3 months with DevTown, 2 months with you just get the certificates to build your profile. 3 months of internship certificate from DevTown, 2 months with an IT consulting firm, and 1 month with an MNC. How much lead code questions are basic requirement to get a chance for an interview? It does not depend upon your number of questions, but your rankings. So the greater the ranking, the higher the chances that talent recruiters are going to approach you. So it is not about minimum requirement, it is about how much can you do. The more number that you can do, the more your chances are. Okay. So please do complete your attendance. I will meet in our tomorrow's class and continue from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Is that all in online mode? Absolutely yes. Everything will be done. The training as well as the internship completely will be done in online mode. Is 200 plus good enough? Absolutely not. 200 तो भाई मतलब बहुत ही ज्यादा कम हो गया. बहुत ज्यादा कम हो गया. मतलब at least from lead code I'll be expecting 800 900 plus to even get an opportunity at good companies itself. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. We will meet at tomorrow's class and continue from right over there. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.